has been 11 days since my Portugal residency card has expired, and I have another update for you guys. I was not expecting to have another update so soon, but here we are. So let's get into it. I logged back onto the AIMA portal today and I saw that they had resolved my IRS tax authority situation that they were looking over, which makes sense because when I went to the finances office, they, gave me a paper that everything was up to date, but obviously they have to do their due diligence, right? So, okay, now that's squared away. And then I was able to submit an order. So obviously the only thing I can do, the only thing I really want to do is renew my card, right? So that was the only option that they gave me anyway. So I selected that option and hit submit. And then this popped up, which is a little timeline of all the things and steps I'm going to have to do to be able to actually renew and get like my new card, right? So, okay, I submitted the order and now they're obviously reviewing that to make sure if I am, I guess, expired and, eligible to do the renewal, which I will be, and who knows how long that'll necessarily take, but let's see. So then the next step says payment. So I am not 100% sure how much the renewal is. I read somewhere, I think that it was like 185 euros, something like that. I guess we'll see once we get there. Next step is then documents. So I have some friends who have had in-person appointments, and so they've given me like lists of like things that they've taken and everything. And I'm trying to compile everything, like literally anything that they could potentially ask me for. I want to have a copy of it, and I guess now maybe digitally, since I'm going to have to upload it to this platform. There might be some surprises. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been trying to get everything together. And these are like a list of the things that I've seen that you're most likely going to need. So you want to have these together and ready to go for when it's your time to also go through the same process. The next step is assessment. And this is the part that threw me off a little bit because is it going to be an online assessment? Is it going to be an in-person assessment? I had some friends who did expire before June 30th. So please keep in mind that there are different expiration dates. And then so what the steps that you're going to have to do are really going to vary based on your personal expiration date. A friend who's expired back in October of last year, she got an email in July to like make the payment online, and then she had to go in person with all of her documents for the appointment. They're saying that if you expired after August 30th, so like starting in September, you would be able to renew fully online. Mine expired in September, so I'm not 100% sure if that is accurate, if things might end up changing last minute, right? So I say with a grain of salt, like do your own research, please. I'm only sharing my personal experience. So I don't want to give you any misinformation. Don't come at me if for some reason things change by the time yours actually expires, because things are changing daily. In this assessment, once I upload the documents, like I'm sure that they have to assess them, right? And maybe they're assessing them before I then have to make an in-person appointment to go take these documents as well to do like biometrics and a photo and everything. Or is it just like the online assessment and then they'll like give me the approval? I'll keep you updated because I don't fully know. Last step is completed. So that would mean I've completed the whole process. I am hopefully approved at that point, and then just have to wait for my new residency card, which that could also take a while. I've heard some people who take like multiple months and everything. So it is going to be a waiting game. So far, like I said, it's been 11 days since my card actually expired, and this is where I'm at right now. For other people who's expired before June 30th, there was literally just a waiting game of like the email of like, okay, this is when you're going to have to go to AIMA to bring all of your things and renew. This is all very, very new. So I don't really know what's going to happen, and I'll just keep you updated on once I'm finally on like the next second or third step, especially with the documents. So I can give you an updated list of the documents that you're going to need, whether to upload online or take with you in person, or maybe both. So stay tuned, follow along to make sure that you're up to date on all of the things and my current process with this renewal. So see you soon.